here in Charlestown, these three teenagers are known as last year's Kitchen Cup champions. The Kitchen Cup is an annual town event. 2 days, 16 teams, 3-on-3 roller hockey, with hefty bragging rights on the line.
It was awesome. I mean, the older Charlestown kids win it every year for like the past 7 years or something.
It was a tied game against the older guys who'd always dreamed of beating. And I think with about a minute left, Jimmy picked it up and just kind of threw, a harmless shot from the blue line, and it happened to squeak by. And I think those last minutes it felt like an hour. So it was pretty crazy when we finally won, though.
It wasn't a bad thing.
Their hockey accomplishments go much further back to years of youth hockey. For high school, they split up. Grzelcyk and Vesey went to Belmont Hill and Collier to Malden Catholic. Now they all have Division I college hockey ahead. Vesey will be at Harvard, while Collier and Grzelcyk head to Boston University.
I think we all kind of kept tabs on each other. Even though we split our own ways, we're still pretty local. So I think we got to go to each other's games and stuff, and we were always texting each other back and forth.
Just to see where they're going to go in their careers. It's going to be special to know that I was once a teammate of them and that I'm still best friends with them.
The boys began to play hockey together at 6 years old. One of their coaches growing up was Jimmy's father, Jim Vesey, a former Boston Bruin. Back then, of course, they spoke of winning the Stanley Cup, as many kids do. But it wasn't until recently that they realized just how close their NHL dreams could really be. Not just for one of them, but for all three.
I mean, it was always there. I mean, growing up at Jimmy's house, there's always pictures of who Big Jimmy met along the lines and all the autographs. And it's such a stretch at that age. But as you get older and you talk more with scouts and stuff, I think it was more evident to the three of us that this could be the real thing.
That group, and especially these kids here, they're very mentally tough. Physically you can lift weights up. Mentally tough. They don't get overwhelmed. Coach can yell at them, bench. They understand the idea of the game. It's not to get, oh, poor me. They know they got to pick it up.
Their hockey path together continued at the 2012 NHL Draft. In the third round, Vesey was selected by the Nashville Predators and Grzelcyk by the hometown Boston Bruins. Collier, though, had to wait until the 7th round, but the trifecta eventually happened as he was selected by the Carolina Hurricanes.
My dad was making me even more nervous, just like walking around my basement just stressed out, and he was stressing me out. And so to get picked, it was just an absolute relief.
I was following it on my phone, hoping that Brendon would get picked. And one of the last times I refreshed the draft page on my phone, I saw his name and I immediately texted him and said congrats.
They had 3 drafted in 1 year that grew up playing on the same team at 6 years old. I think it's an amazing story.
It is an amazing story. I want one of those 3 kids to buy me a Powerball ticket. What are the odds? All 3 kids, lifelong friends, growing up together, dreaming of being drafted. All 3 of them get drafted. Pretty rare.
Yeah, real unique and, feel-good kind of story for these 3 kids and their families. I don't know the Collier family very well or Brendon, other than I know of them because of this story. But obviously Matt's dad, Grizz, been part of the bowl gang over the Garden, for generations, and the best bowl gang in the league. And of course I played with Jimmy Vesey. Jimmy's dad, Jimmy, and I were teammates together in Boston, played a little bit together in the American Hockey League in Maine, and he comes from good stock. Jimmy was a terrific, tough, good, hands, goal scorer type, especially at the minor league level. So it's almost like a Damon Affleck manuscript here or something. It's a great story that was written with local ties. It's awesome.
It sounds like it's got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck written all over that one. Academy Award. All right. The Boston Bruins Foundation.